Nath, obviously every game's massive at this stage of the season, but tomorrow really is the proverbial 6-pointer, isn't it?
Yeah, without a doubt. I think this one, you got then Gillingham, Chesterfield and Port Vale. There's 4 huge games in terms of 6-pointers. Teams are all around us, and if we can manage to pick up maximum points across them, it really does alleviate some of those fears. So we're going into the game with renewed confidence after last Saturday. I thought it was an excellent performance overall. We didn't get the goal, but on the whole, it was a very, very good performance, and I know it's definitely lifted the group.
That's it. The vibe around the place all week has been one of positivity. So if we can get a win tomorrow to kickstart, as you said, this huge 4-game period, it'd give everyone a huge lift.
Definitely. I think, as I say, it is, of course, at this time of the year, it is about results, but if the performances are there and if we can match the same as what we did last weekend, then I have no doubt that we'll turn those draws into wins. So it's a big game. Coventry, they're coming off the back of the first result under the new manager, and it's up to us to impose our game plan on them early on in the game and dominate like we did last weekend.
That's it, isn't it? Because Coventry are obviously going to be desperate as well, because they're bottom and they're going to need to start picking up wins. So it's just about focusing on what we do, and if we perform like we did last Saturday, then there's no reason why we can't go away with all 3 points.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it goes without saying that teams at the bottom of the league, something hasn't gone right throughout the season, and they will come into the game with renewed confidence. But if we can dominate and we can score early, then we look forward to seeing their reaction to that. So, but it's about us. Everything, these results, these games, it's all in our hands. And if we're going to get out of this, we need to dig deep. Tomorrow's pitch will be. It's not great. We've seen the clips, and we know that it will be a bit of a leveller, but we've got to roll up our sleeves and get stuck right in.
Jordan Turnbull obviously had 2 really good spells here, and he'll be playing for or involved for Coventry tomorrow. How excited are you to see him again, because he was a popular figure during his time here?
He was. I think he was fantastic for this club. I think, he made about 98 appearances for someone on loan. That is incredible. But at the same time, those sort of friendships unfortunately do have to go out the door when you're playing them when it's such a big game for us. We'll shake hands beforehand and we'll do the same in the pleasantries after the game as well. But when it's on the pitch, it's business as usual.
You and your fellow defenders could well come up against a former Premier League striker in Yakubu tomorrow. Obviously, he's signed there in January. He's a big old unit and got bags of experience and knows where the goal is. I take it one hand, it must be great to be able to pit your wits against a player like that, but what do you have to do to stop him?
It goes without saying, a player of that calibre, you have to be on your game the whole time, and you don't know how sharp he is, you don't know how fit he is in that. So it's important that we make sure he's working hard, we're moving the line constantly and making sure he has to get back on side. But they've also got Bevan up front that I've seen. He's done well in the games that he's gone there, and he'll work extremely hard for them, and he's given them that lift that they've needed. So it's up to us. Last weekend I thought the performance was fantastic against an Oldham team, especially defensively, against an Oldham team that were full of confidence, and we didn't allow them to have one shot on target, which speaks volume of the defence and the team as a whole. So it's important we start the game with the same intensity, and we stay switched on for the full 90 minutes.
And finally, there's going to be over 600 fans that are going to go tomorrow, plus probably loads of pay on the day. They're going to be huge for us, aren't they?
They've been massive for us, especially away from home. The following we get is commendable, and they don't stop singing, even though the results have been poor away from home, poor at home and away from home. But they continue to follow in their numbers, and I take my hat off to them, because I know how expensive it is, and the lads in there, they appreciate it to be able to put in a performance like we did last Saturday and continue in that vein of form. Then hopefully we can reward them.